My name is Sean Allen. I'm the program coordinator of the Youth Moving Forward program. The Youth Moving Forward program is an adjudicated youth program that works with adjudicated youth placed on level 2 probation, first-time youth offenders. We also service non-adjudicated youth that are in the first stage of experiencing behavioral problems, and parents may think that they might want to bring them to this community-based program to help modify the behaviors that they'll start to experience. We're talking about behavior as far as interpersonal issues that one may be experiencing as far as being, frankly speaking, getting deep into catharticus issues. Catharticus, which means Catherine, which means the Greek word, which means to purify oneself. So that's one of the things that we do here. And modifying behaviors dealing with anger, dealing with conflict resolution, but first of all dealing with the interpersonal issues that some young people suffer for us, being molested, being abused, and etc. and things. Most interpersonal experiences that child's experiencing that may cause these issues of anger, they may cause these issues of conflict, they may cause these issues of being misused, of being homeless, or things like that. So these are some of the things that we try to tackle before we get to that stage of why are you angry? Because every young person that comes into this program might have an anger issue or might have an issue of being in many conflicts, but there's a reason, there's an interpersonal reason, there's an underlying basing issue as to why the young person is doing what they do.
I got in trouble. It could have been worse. So, in a way, I was pretty glad I was coming here instead of being on, house arrest or something like that, because it was my second offense. But, coming here, I'd rather have came here than to be somewhere else.
The cops came to my house to search it. They had a search warrant. And I was kind of upset. I came home to it. I was out and I came home to them searching my house. I was kind of upset. And I started getting smart with one of the officers. And I threatened to kill the person that sent the cops to my house. Basically, they snitched on me.
If you're not willing to deal with the interpersonal issue and get to the rare fact of what is causing whatever anger, whatever reason why they want to put a gun in their waist, then you're playing with death. You're playing with lives. And that's what we're dealing with today. This is serious. Kids are dying every day. And people always talking them coming up with, oh, I got a program. But are you willing to get down and dirty and sit down and talk to a young person as to why, what's going on with them, how they feel? Are you willing to go and talk to their mom and tell them this is how they feeling? They got molested when they was 3 years old and they want to tell somebody about it, but they just don't know how. Are you really ready to do that? See, that's going inside, and that's finding out why so-and-so is angry. Sometimes the individual might be going through an issue with an individual they might live with. And they might be in a situation where they got to deal with it every single day. But because they're a child, they can't say nothing about it.
Pretty much learned how to watch who I call my friends, or just watch the people around me and just listen to what somebody else has to say when they're trying to tell you if you're right or wrong.
Well, in the courtroom, I had actually gotten upset. My grandmother brought up some of my personal problems of why everything happened with my grandfather and everything, why the cops were at my house, and I got upset and started crying, and the judge said that recommended this class because he said I needed counseling, and he also suggested that I do some type of counseling for depression, and this was also to help me get my community service hours done.
The reason why I'm here, I just thought she was my friend or something, but really I wasn't paying attention to the other people that was around, and I just pretty much learned how to watch people, to watch who I call my friends, watch who I trust.
One thing that I do remember, the main thing that I remember Mr. Allen teaching us was to think before we act. And I actually have been doing that a lot lately, thinking before I act. Where I'm living now, it definitely comes in handy. Another thing is that I don't know if it's something that we've been taught, but it's something that I've realized that I've been here, that it's the choices that you make, no matter where you come from, what race, religion, anything that you are. It's the choices that you make that put you here. And there was also another story. Mr. Allen was talking about his life when he was younger, and that really made me realize that no matter where you come from, you can overcome anything, and that nothing should hold you back, and you should have no excuses. And Mr. Allen was actually explaining that to us. I actually kind of had chills because I can kind of relate in the same way because of my mother. She was also a drug addict.
And I seen when they deal with that, what's going on inside of them, I seen them, their facial expression. I seen the freedom that comes along with that, and the freedom that comes along with that brings out a behavioral change. So it's not nothing that I'm talking about that I don't know. So I don't have to talk about what I think young people are doing, what I think young people are saying. I'm watching and I'm walking this walk with them. That's why I'm talking this talk for them.